Welcome back, it's me Lou, and today is going to be a different kind of video. This isn't going to be a full action figure unboxing and review. More so, this is going to be more of like a quick impression video. For one, this this toy kind of really intimidates me. Number two, it's a pretty large toy, so I don't think I could fit it completely underneath my document cam. So to the best of my abilities, I'll try to fit as much as possible in here. But this is something I kind of wanted to share with you on YouTube. So we'll see. I'm going to unbox it and we'll take a look at it. But like I said, be prepared. This isn't going to be a full review. Chances are I'm not going to transform it. At the very least, I'll maybe try to remove it from the package and we can take a look at it. But this is more so, this is probably going to be a quick impression video, and we'll just, briefly skim over the surface of this and see what it's like. So what I have here is a third-party Transformer toy. If you're unfamiliar with third-party Transformer toys, they're essentially this. They're unlicensed Transformers. They're produced most of the time in China. And what they do is they'll make action figures and toys of stuff that most of the time either Hasbro hasn't produced yet, or their own interpretations of certain characters. In many cases, characters like Optimus Prime are very popular. So in Asia, you get all these weird third-party interpretations of Optimus Prime, and in this case, this is unlicensed. It's not official. It's produced by a company called if I can find the logo on here. I can't fit it. This is produced by a company called Perfect Effect. For years, they've been producing third-party add-on accessories for Transformers, and they've even made non-official Transformers themselves. And this is their iteration of jet-powered Optimus Prime. So this is recommended for ages 16 and up. It's Perfect Effects DX-10. And it's Jet Force Revive Commander. So as you can see here, this is clearly a movie-inspired Optimus Prime from the Michael Bay films, and he's jet-powered. So this is more so kind of like their interpretation of Optimus Prime from the third movie, I believe it was Dark of the Moon. When oh no, I take it back. Actually, Revenge of the Fallen. The second movie, Revenge of the Fallen, towards the end when Jetfire dies, sorry for the spoiler, and then Optimus Prime takes Jetfire's parts and he makes this jet-powered armor so he can fly around. On the back of the box, here's a much clearer image of what's inside. So what's interesting with this, it's a kind of a weird amalgamation of the classic G1 Optimus, but giving him the jet-powered armor, which is very specific to the movies. And what's weird is that, alright, so you have the truck here, which is Generation 1 inspired. The robot mode's Generation 1 inspired. But then when you combine him with the full armor, he looks like he's from the movie. So it's almost like they're kind of mixing two different versions of Optimus from two different medias, and providing you both versions. There's the original 80s version, which is with much more modern aesthetics, and they're also giving you the cinematic Michael Bay version. So it's really interesting. And it looks like here he comes with his trailer, and it looks like, I think the trailer is what provides some of these additional armor pieces for when he's in full armor mode. And then you could create at least Jetfire's alt mode, but you can't recreate the Jetfire robot, but you could recreate the Jetfire airplane. And then there's the trailer mode. So yeah, you get a lot of bang for your buck with this. I don't know how much this cost. This was a gift given to me from my brother. I think this might have been a Christmas gift, but I've had it for a while. I haven't actually taken the toy out. I mean, I've looked at it inside of the box, and it intimidates me, but it only intimidates me because it's cool as hell, and it scares me because I feel like I need to open this up under the right conditions, which may never come, but we're going to do that right now. So right out of the gate, you get this giant plastic tray. There's instructions. And the plastic tray actually has a lid on top, and I'm going to remove that. I apologize for doing this off camera. This box is very big. And, alright, let me try to make some room for this, because I think I could fit all this on here if I make some room. Alright, I'm moving my microphone, so hopefully I don't disconnect it. Alright, I can fit more of this under my camera now. So, he had this little piece of foam in between his legs to protect, I guess, so it doesn't scuff the paint. Now, first impressions while the toy is still in the tray, amazing. Simply amazing. This toy intimidates me. But in a good way. It just intimidates me because it's so detailed, and I don't want to F anything up by, you know, accidentally, I don't know. Like, the quality control on third-party Transformers is very hit or miss. Sometimes the quality control is really high, and then what you get is like a perfect figure. Other times the quality control on these figures could be really like shady, and then stuff could be like super loose or super broken. But it looks like this is a very premium looking figure too. Accessory wise, there's two blaster deals in the tray up here. On the left side, it looks like this might be the trailer, I think. All right, so I'm just kind of winging it without the instructions. Yeah, so I think this transforms into the trailer and also the jet mode. And over here we have his Energon axe. And over here we have the main event. We have Optimus Prime in his full-blown jet-powered armor. And let's remove him from this tray. Okay, so here we have Optimus Prime. I'm going to move my microphone back just so I get the audio in. Alright, hopefully it didn't disconnect and we're still recording. Now let's make some adjustments here. Alright, so yeah, we have this amazing figure of Optimus Prime. Alright, so like I said, this is just going to be, I'm just glossing over this figure. This isn't going to be a thorough review. I apologize for that. It is something, if I did fiddle around with it, it'd be more so off camera just so I get a feel for it. You know, if you want a more thorough review, I'm sure there's numerous reviewers online that have covered this. For me, this is more just about sharing my first impressions of the toy as I take it out. Beautiful figure, beautiful. The details are amazing. Everything's crisp. It feels third party, and when I say that, there's a certain kind of plastic. You know, if you've handled third party toys before, there's a certain kind of plastic quality to them. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but like as I'm fiddling around with these wings here, the plastic quality, not that it's bad, but it feels third party. It's a more rigid plastic, but I think that with the more rigid plastic, you could get better sculpts, deeper cuts, more high definition details. The paint job, not super perfect, but close enough. Like the flames here are painted really nice on the chest. Optimus head looks great. Articulation wise, let's see what this guy can do. Looks like he has ratcheted shoulders. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a ratchet in there. Elbow articulation, elbow swivel. Yeah, the plastics, it's that weird third-party plastic. Not that I'm saying it's prone to breakage, but it doesn't feel as durable as like the Hasbro kind of plastic, if that makes any sense. Like this, not that it's fragile, but there's a fragile quality to it. The detail's nice. The backpack, you know, it's hard to avoid. So many Transformers have backpacks, but it's all right. It's forgivable on this guy. His jet, you know, his jet propulsion jetpack looks really cool and sweet. Nice clean paint application here with these copper stripes running down. There's a couple of I think they're 5mm pegs, so he can insert his weapons in different locations. The wings could go out. It looks like they're articulated, so you know, if you want jet-powered Prime to be jet-powered and zooming off into like all sorts of adventures, go ahead. And this one, it's a little tighter than the other one. And then you could change the range. If you want these higher, if you want these out like this. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful figure. The hands, the fingers are not articulated. All there is kind of just, you know, hole drilled out for the peg or weapon handle. There's articulation in the legs. I think they kick out, thigh swivel, the knees bend. Yeah, this is a wonderful figure. Alright, so in terms of the scale, I want to say the Optimus, if he took off the armor, he'd be Voyager scaled. If you're a Transformer fan, you kind of know what that means. With the armor, he kind of stands at that weird modern leader class scale. But in my opinion, maybe slightly taller. Yeah, really clean details on this guy. Let's take a quick look at the instruction manual. So, like I said, I apologize. This isn't the most thorough review. It's more just my quick first impressions of the toy. Alright, so the instructions, let's see how legible these are to someone who might be uninitiated to. Alright, so already plus, you know, I'm digging that some of the instructions are in color. I kind of like that. Let's see how detailed they are and how well we can follow them. Yeah, so this is one of the weird things about like the third-party stuff. You'll get weird stuff like this. You know, like for example, step number 9. This step may scratch the silver paint. Please be careful. So, you know, like you would never get something like that with an official Hasbro toy, but this is a third-party toy. Stuff like this is aimed more so at the hardcore collectors. And it's weird that they're already giving you all these weird warnings in advance. You know, like here they'll tell you what's articulated, but at the same time they'll give you a warning. The waist joint will initially be very tight. You know, already something like that would scare me. And it's like I said, this is one of the reasons why I don't want to try transforming this on camera. I don't want to accidentally be careless and fiddle around and make a mistake and act, you know, if this is prone to breakage, and it looks like it's really it's crazy because this is what's holding Optimus from the upper torso to his waist, and it looks like a small bit. And when you're looking at this from the side, it's like there's so many different areas that could break or crack. So yeah, this is a kind of toy where you just have to exercise caution. I'm more of a collector that I'm more into just displaying my Transformers. I don't really fiddle around and try to solve the puzzle of transforming them. Yeah, so this is cool. Wow, this is a very nice toy. Very stoked that my brother got this for me as a gift. It kind of came as a surprise, and I think at the time when he ordered it, I think he got it from Big Bad Toy Store. This one, it might have been out of stock, and he was put on a waiting list. So I think it took months before I finally received this, and I didn't even know what it was. He just kept on telling me, you know, I got you something from BBTS. Hasn't come in yet, and one of these days it will, and when it does, you know, that's your, I forgot, it was either a birthday gift or Christmas gift or something. I'm like, okay, cool. And it came, and then when I got it, I was just like super stoked. For one, I'm a big fan of Optimus Prime. 2, I love Optimus Prime when he's jet powered. 3, it's third party. I used to be pretty hardcore about some of the third party stuff. Not so much nowadays, just because I've kind of I kind of have like almost every iteration of all my favorite characters in some form or another, and you know, I don't always feel the need to upgrade a figure. Like if I have an Optimus Prime figure, you know, if a better one comes out down the road, I know some people will upgrade and then sell their, you know, previous one. But for me, it's kind of like if there's a version I really like a lot, whether or not if it's inferior to a more modern or a more recent version, I'm cool with just keeping the inferior one. But this is a great toy. I'm really stoked on this. It's like I said, I'd want to play around and fiddle around with it, but you know, just by judging from the instructions and some of the warnings they give me, it's like I'm kind of leery of fiddling around with it too much. Ideally, like what I'd normally do, you know, if this wasn't on video, I'd probably just take this guy out of the box, slap on his gun, and maybe slightly pose him and put him on a shelf with the rest of my Michael Bay-inspired Transformer figures. It's such a cool figure. Alright, so if I had to rate this guy numerically, 8 to an 8.5. What prevents it from being like a 9 or higher is that, for one, it scares me when I look at the instructions and they warn you not, you know, be careful doing stuff because, for one, you might scratch paint, which seems kind of shady to me, or two, you might break something. You know, the nice thing about buying Hasbro stuff is that they're toys, and they kind of keep kids in mind. So, you know, not that their stuff's indestructible, but you know, I can at least handle those out of the box without fearing for, you know, toy breakage. Where something like this, it's like it feels kind of fragile in certain areas, and you know, at the expense of it being like super detailed and, you know, articulated and stuff. But man, this is really cool. Alright, so yeah, let's just wrap this up. For one, I apologize in advance, like I said numerous times. I know many of you come to these Transformer videos to see this stuff transform. Transforming toys isn't necessarily my forte. I'm an action figure guy. I grew up on Transformers. I love Transformers, but I love this robots more than the trucks, you know, and the cars. So yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, so wrapping this up, my name is Lou. If you haven't explored the world of third-party unlicensed Transformer toys, if you can afford to, I highly suggest you do. I don't think it's necessary, but I think if you're a fan, I think you need to at least buy one third-party toy in your life just to see what the fuss is about and see kind of the weird underbelly of Transformers and this darker world where companies get away with releasing non-official versions of like popular characters. So yeah. So thank you again for checking out this video. I greatly appreciate it. Even though I didn't transform it, I hope you found something informative enough from this video so that, for, you know, A, it influences you to run out and buy this, or B, you get kind of piques your curiosity about the third-party toys, or C, you know, you just wanted to hang out and watch me ramble about these toys. So, come back again next time. We'll talk toys, action figures, the stuff we all love. Alright, take care.